Handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
It's time for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Now, let's go to live coverage of high school sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station.
Panthers win the district championship.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. We've gone through smoke. We've gone through smoke-moved games where the Wenatchee Panthers lost 2 home games, had to move them out of town, one to Moses Lake, one to Quincy. They finally get a chance to play here at home, and it happens to be senior night. I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We bring you live coverage of high school football tonight. It's the Big Nine showdown between the West Valley Rams and the Wenatchee Panthers. Wenatchee coming in with a record of 3-5 on the season, and still a lot to play for. We'll tell you more about that as we continue here on the pregame show. Meanwhile, the West Valley Rams feature a pass attack like none other. Their quarterback, we're going to talk more about him too. Skylar Castle has thrown for over 3,000 yards this season and really doesn't even have any colleges looking at him. So we're going to find out why that is as we continue here on the pregame show. We'll talk with Scott Devereaux about senior night here tonight as they celebrate 14 seniors who will play their final game here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. And we'll also talk to one of those seniors who's on the offensive line, who's done a great job blocking for their running back, Anthony Martinez, who comes into the game tonight with over 700 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns on the season. And they hope to be able that ground game here tonight. Colby Hill will join us on the pregame show here coming up a little bit later on. So tonight, Lee Bofto Field, the Apple Bowl is the location. We no longer have to worry about smoke. We don't have to worry about the game being moved somewhere else, but we do have to worry about a little cold conditions. It's absolutely clear. Temperatures in the 40s right now, and you got to blow on your hands to keep them warm. So fans that are heading out here to the stadium tonight, be sure and bring an extra blanket, maybe some gloves here as we've gone from the smoke of our smoke season to the chill of fall here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee has a lot to play for here tonight. They have a chance to play for a state playoff next week. If they win tonight, they will be rewarded, if you will, against a game against Gonzaga Prep next Friday on the road in the Spokane area. Now, if they lose tonight, that means they'll play a crossover game at University High School next Thursday, which will be the end of the season. But a lot to play for here tonight. Also, West Valley has a chance to go on to that crossover game. It's a new formula this year here for the Big Nine and the Greater Spokane League, as well as teams from the Tri-Cities. Now, we have an interesting scenario also unfolding here tonight because we have a 3-way tie for first in the Big Nine between Sunnyside, Moses Lake, and Eastmont, all coming into tonight with records of 4-1. Now, Eastmont, interestingly, is playing at Moses Lake against the Mavericks tonight, so that's basically for a share of the league championship. Now, if Eastmont wins, they will get a home crossover game next Friday night, and we will have that broadcast live here on the NCWLIFE Channel. So there's a lot to be determined here over the next several hours, and we're going to have a good one for you here tonight as the Rams take on the Panthers here on senior night, a special night for 14 seniors who will play their final game here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Are you ready for some football? Some guy, I'm ready for some football. We hope you are too. We're going to talk more about X's and O's in this game and talk about a quarterback the Panthers are going to try to have to corral. His name is Castle. We'll do that coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Welcome back here on the pregame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. Normally, I have Grant Olson standing at my side, but Grant a little bit under the weather tonight, so it's going to be me flying solo. We're going to have Brandon Harle. It's going to help us on the stats upstairs when we get the game going here between the Wenatchee Panthers and the West Valley Rams. Wenatchee coming in with 3 wins on the season against 5 losses, but they have won 3 of their past 4 contests and looking to get an exclamation point with a big win here at home tonight on senior night. And talking with Scott Devereaux, we'll have him on the pregame show coming up in just a little bit. Of course, it's an emotional night as a coach says goodbye to 12 or 14 seniors who have been around this program a long time, and a lot of those have been playing quite a while for the Wenatchee Panthers, including Evan Burdan and Rivers Cook and others that you'll recognize, and they will be honored here tonight on senior night. In addition to this contest, West Valley comes in with a passing attack. In fact, that's what this game is going to feature, the pass versus the run. West Valley's air attack against Wenatchee's ground attack. And with Scott Devereaux telling us before the ball game, he said, you know, it's going to be the best defense against their offense is to keep their offense off the field. How do you do that? Well, it's ball control and it's running the football. And that's going to be a heavy dose of Anthony Martinez tonight here for the Wenatchee Panthers. He comes in with 717 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns on the season. It's going to be a tall task for that offensive line to find him some holes here tonight and play a ball control game that Wenatchee has had a little success on here so far this season. Meanwhile, their defensive backfield is going to be have an addition back. He'll have a big cast on one hand, but back in the lineup is Alex Brender. They've been without him for quite a while after he got injured earlier this season. He is back, and they hope to have him help against a bevy of wide receivers that give Skylar Castle a lot to throw to. Skylar Castle, he's a senior. He's 6'1". He's 185 pounds. And as I alluded to a little bit ago, talking with their coach, they said they don't really have a lot of colleges that are looking at Skylar Castle to go play for them next year. He's got a qualified walk-on offer at Washington State, but that's about it. I don't know why, because he's thrown for 3,173 yards so far this season. He's thrown for 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. In fact, he has completed 211 passes so far this season. His completion percentage is like 68%. It's just incredible. By the way, to compare that, Wenatchee has only attempted 164 passes this season. That's for the whole season between 2 quarterbacks. And Skylar Castle has 211 completions, 40 attempts per game. So we're going to see the ball in the air a lot here tonight. And he has some very talented receivers to throw to. Ben Puplo leads the way. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. He has over 1,000 yards receiving so far this season. Favorite target, definitely so. Jackson Mays, 5'10". He's got 884 yards receiving. Demetrius Sadadine has 632 yards receiving so far this season. He is 6'4" and 185 pounds. So the diminutive Wenatchee defensive backs are going to have their hands full with Skylar Castle and those wide receivers here tonight. Can the Panthers measure up? Well, we're going to find out as we continue on, as the West Valley Rams are here to take on the Wenatchee Panthers live on the NCWLIFE Channel. Also, X Factor for tonight. He's been an X Factor for the Panthers, not just this season, for the past 3 seasons. He's celebrating his senior night tonight. Evan Burdan. If Evan Burdan can get in and get pressure on Skylar Castle, it might be a long night for that talented senior. We'll find out about that as we continue. Scott Devereaux will join us on the pregame show, as will Kobe Hill, one of the seniors celebrating senior night, as we continue with the pregame show next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for senior night. Talking with Scott Devereaux, head coach, and emotional night. You've been with these guys a long time. What's it mean for you to celebrate these seniors?
Great group of kids. You know, these guys have been through a lot. If you think back the last 3 years of football and what it's been like, and you know, this year we're covered in soot the whole season and practicing in the gym. So these guys hung out. They've battled. They've been a great group of kids to coach for 4 years, and I'm definitely going to miss them.
You know, I've been talking with other coaches about this senior class too, and about all that they've been through, and I think they're going to do better in life because of all the things they've had to negotiate here over the past 3 years especially, don't you?
You hope so. You know, you think the fact that they just do sports makes them a better person.
Yeah.
You know, and they learn to push themselves, and they learn to make tough choices, and you know, hopefully it pays off in the long run.
Well, you set goals coming into the season. You want to be playing meaningful football towards the end, and you are. Talk about this challenge, though, with West Valley and a guy who throws the ball all around the yard.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty impressive to watch. You know, they just keep throwing it. Doesn't matter if it's raining or not. You know, he threw for 400-something yards last week in the rain, and, you know, hopefully we can make some plays. This is the first week we've been outside.
Yeah.
You know, we get Alex Brender back. He'll have a big club on his hand, but at least we get a defensive back this week. So, you know, we're going to give them all they can handle. You know, part of our job on offense now is to keep them off the field as much as possible because they can score points fast.
So ball control, maybe a little more ground game. Talk about that challenge defensively. When you look at a quarterback who can sling the ball around like that, I guess the pressure up front is where the key is, right?
Can be. Yeah, you know, you got to mix it up because they throw a lot of screens and they're really good they'll throw, you know, 10 screens a game for big chunks. So, you know, we have to come with some different pressures this week a little bit and some different coverages. And, you know, if we get a chance to get our hands on the ball, we got to make those plays. And obviously we got to keep them off the field.
Visually, I was talking with this with Grant last week on our broadcast, and I assume that when you're inside a gym and you're having to practice, you know, 3 out of your 4 days inside a gym, visually, as far as trying to work your offense and throwing the ball and things like that, it affects it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You know, it's not even a whole gym. It's a half a gym. Because the curtain's down and there's another team on the other side, or there's volleyball nets up. And, yeah, so your passing game turns into 5-yard hitches and 5-yard out routes. That's one reason we put the big, heavy package in. We can't line up in a spread formation, so it's double tights or 2 backs and 2 tights, and focus on the run game. And can't defend a deep ball, you know, so our DBs are trying to kind of do it visually, and they only see the receiver run about 8 yards, and then we run into a curtain. So it's tough. Can't field a punt, can't kick a punt. Can't field a kick, can't kick a kick, you know. So
I mean, even just seeing that ball against the ceiling versus the sky, it's different.
Yeah. Our punt returners work on the coach throwing it up in the air, you know, and just
It's not the same.
No, definitely not the same. Under the lights, in the dark, you know, a punt comes off a foot many different ways, and so it's definitely been challenging. And you know, our kids do the best they can while we're in there. You know, probably the other thing is you can't tackle.
Right.
You know, you can't take.
Well, you could, but you wouldn't have anybody around for Friday.
No, we'd have a lot of broken body parts, and we've had enough of those already this year when we're outside.
You guys have had success on the setback comeback this season. When you coach in this game, and if they do get an explosive play on you, that's a setback comeback. How ready are you guys mentally for that?
I think we're ready. You know, we talk about that all the time. You know, this is a game where you got to let the last play go and focus on the next. What's important now is the very next play that's called, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams.
Well, best of luck here tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Scott Devereaux joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to one of his seniors of choice coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Rams and the Panthers. Talking with Colby Hill. He's number 72, number 1 in your hearts. Colby, talk about this season. I know it's been kind of an up and down for you, but you wanted to be playing meaningful football right now, and you guys are.
Yeah, it was definitely rough in the beginning of the season. Morale was definitely low, and then we got our first win. It really helped bring the morale up, and we've kind of been riding on that for the rest of the season.
Well, and you guys have been so close, too, in some of your other games, and that Moses Lake game where it's like, man, we could have, should have, maybe, that type of thing. But here you are with a chance to get a win tonight against a very tough West Valley team. Talk about what you guys expect here tonight.
We expect lots of passing, and we expect that our defense will be able to contain the quarterback. He is ranked in the state, so we've heard. So we just got to keep the quarterback contained and keep the DBs over top.
So you're an offensive lineman. That means the pressure is going to be on the offense, maybe to keep the ball away from their offense. Talk about that as you get ready for this one. You guys have been able to run the football, and that's going to be key for this game, won't it?
Yes, it will be. We plan on staying on the field and running clock, keep the ball away from their offense.
For those that have never played on the offensive line, talk about what that feels like when you make a good block and you see the back in the end zone. What's that feel like?
It feels amazing. There's no other feeling like it. When you getting a pancake, it's like you completely dominated and won that rep.
What's that? Tell us also in film afterwards, you do make a good block and maybe you get it on film, that type of thing. Do the coaching staff bring that up and say, hey, look at Colby, look what he did here?
Yes, if this is a really good play and it came out to a big outcome, they'll bring it up during film, but it's just expected of us to make these blocks every play.
Now, I got to ask you about your running backs. Do they reward the big uglies up front if you guys get them in the end zone a few times?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. All right. How so?
They will cheer us on and give us like kudos.
Food or anything like that? Or?
Yes, they have paid for a couple meals.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if some mom was baking cookies for you guys or something like that.
Yep. Okay. We occasionally get cookies.
As far as school, what are your interests in school? You have a favorite class or subject?
English at the moment.
Oh, English at the moment. Okay, all right.
We're getting like poetry.
All right, so we got a poet here possibly. So you work on your own stuff a little bit on the side? You share any of that with the guys? Is it sports related or is it love and all that kind of stuff?
I don't really write poetry, more like reading it and then like kind of diagnosing it.
Okay, all right, yeah. Wait till you get in college on that stuff. It's interesting. There's a goose flying by, and it's supposed to mean something. Speaking of college, what do you hope to do after high school?
I hope to go to Texas A&M to major in marine transportation.
Now, okay, that's an obscure reference for a kid from Wenatchee. So how do you know about that, and how did you find out about Texas A&M?
So I grew up in Dutch Harbor, Alaska. It's the fishing capital of the world. So I was always around docks and boats my whole life. And then I got interested into being a harbor pilot, which they are the ones that bring the boat into the dock. So I started looking at what you need for this career, and it's a marine transportation. And there's only like 6 schools in the nation that offer this.
Okay, all right. And Texas A&M the choice because?
You can get a full ride scholarship if you do the ROTC program, which I plan on going into.
Okay, all right. When you have free time, what do you like to do besides apparently watching Deadliest Catch and saying, no, it's not really like that?
Be outside and play video games.
Play video games. Okay, all right. Well, best of luck here in this game against West Valley, and hopefully we see you on the field more than we see the defense on the field.
For sure.
All right, there you go. Colby Hill joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get to the starting lineups, get you ready for kickoff. It's the Rams and Panthers from Lee-Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today? We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way.
Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You find it at Save Money. Full service at a low, low price.
It will be the Panthers taking the ball first. So let's take a look at the starting lineups here. Brought to you by TC Slingers. TC Slingers saves you time, money, and labor with their conveyor application. For your free estimate today, call 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. Up front, the center, Calvin Bishop, a 6'1", 211-pound junior. The guards, Isaac Davis, a 5'9", 200-pound senior, and Evan Burdan, a 6', 215-pound senior. The tackles, Brody Payne, a 6'2", 273-pound senior, and Colby Hill, a 6'2", 245-pound senior. He joined us on the pregame show. The tight end is Rivers Cook, a 6'4", 210-pound senior. The wideouts, Mason Galvin, a 6'3", 182-pound junior. Also, Caden Vial, a 6'4", 198-pound senior. Also working in there as a wide receiver and a slot back, if you will, Ethan Wirtz, a 6'1", 194-pound junior. In the backfield, getting the start tonight on senior night, it'll be Jackson Bishop at quarterback, a 6'4", 177-pound senior. And Anthony Martinez, also a senior at 5'10", 190 pounds. The Panthers are coached by Scott Devereaux, assisted by Dave Jangla, Taylor Mitchell, Jonathan Godina, Mickey White, Gabe Collins, David Witherington, Jeremy Rainbold, Devin McCallow, Brian Higgins, and Aaron Brenham. We'll get you the defense coming up here in a moment for West Valley, but first our kickoff as it's teed up at the 40-yard line. End-over-end kick will come down to about the 12 on the return, dropping it, then picking it back up across the 20, 25, and then he's tied up there on the return. It was Martin Diaz for Wenatchee. So the Panthers will have it to start the ball game here in the first quarter. 1:51 to go in the opening frame. And let's see where they put the ball at the 29-yard line. That's where Wenatchee will have their first offensive possession. Again, Jackson Bishop will be quarterbacking. Jake Devereaux has been leading the way, starting most of the games this season, but maybe on senior night giving the nod to the senior in Jackson Bishop. He will line up in the shotgun. Right behind him, Anthony Martinez here on a 1st down and 10 as he'll look over towards the sidelines to get the call from the coaching staff and Scott Devereaux what they want to do here on 1st down. Watch for a lot of run, and they will run it up the middle, and a good gain on 1st down across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards for Martinez on his first carry of the ball game. Defensively for Eisenhower up front, Isaiah Magana is the nose guard. He's big, 6'4", 305 pounds. Jacob Woodcock and Aiden Mata are the tackles. Up front, they go with a 5-man defensive front. The outside linebackers, Eric Naranjo, also Nick Gomez. The other linebackers are Josiah Waters and A.J. Kelly Nash. They're going to throw this time, and the ball caught on the far sideline. Good little pitch and catch to Mason Galvin over there. Good enough for a 1st down. As Wenatchee goes run, then pass. This one's ahead to the 43-yard line, a gain of 7 yards. So Wenatchee, as Scott Devereaux mentioned in our pregame show, the best defense against West Valley's potent offense is Wenatchee's offense and ball control. Handoff to Martinez, and he's going to be caught and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got back to the line as they got quick pressure inside. This time the tackle made by Aiden Mata at 255 pounds. That senior grabbed a hold of Martinez, would not let him go. No gain on the play. The defensive backs here for West Valley, Zion Lee will wear number 11. Jackson May is number 10. Demetrius Sadinin is number 9. And number 20, Ben Puplo. Very talented defensive backs. They also are wide receivers on the other side of the football. 2nd down and 10 here for Jackson Bishop. He'll turn, hand it off. Martinez tried to get past the original line of scrimmage, and he does across the 45 out to the 47 before he's tripped up and dropped. Coming up on the tackle that time, Jackson May for West Valley. Got about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down for Wenatchee from their 47-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on that one. We've got Brandon Harle up here in the booth helping us on the numbers here tonight. Brandon's microphone is hot, so anytime you want to jump in, Brandon,
Thanks,
feel
Eric.
free.
I appreciate having me.
You were assistant coach with Dev for quite a while.
Yeah, 19 years.
19 years. How about that? Third down, call it 6 yards coming up here for the Panthers. And they'll back to pass again. Bishop throwing out in the flat, the ball caught, and it is going to be awfully close. I think he's going to get enough for the first down as the pitch and catch here near side to Aiden Bapst. I should say far side, looking from our camera views, which is across the way here. And it will be a first down for Wenatchee to the 47 of West Valley. Gain of 6 yards when they needed 6. To the 47. Ball left hash mark as we are underway here in Wenatchee. No score in the early going. Senior night, 14 seniors on the roster here for Coach Scott Devereaux. Snap is back, handoff again to Martinez, and nothing happening there because swallowing up was Jacob Woodcock, the 6'7", 275-pounder. Yeah, that's right. That's not a mirage. He's a big fellow out there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10 from the 47. Splitting out wide to the right this time is Caden Vial for Wenatchee. Also splitting out the slot man over there is Aiden Bapst, who was the one who collected that first pass, or the pass that was good enough for a first down here on the left side. Second down coming up. They'll hand it off. Martinez has good gain inside the 40 to the 35. He's going to have a first down and more all the way down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 14 yards that time for Anthony Martinez, who came into the ballgame with 717 yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. Bapst and Vial will split out wide to the right. Wide left is Mason Galvin. Wenatchee's mixing run and pass on this opening drive of the ball game. Clock winding with 8:14 to go here in the first quarter of play. Jackson Bishop back to pass, wants to throw left, looking for Galvin. He's trying to come back to the ball, and he's going to be interfered with down at the 3-yard line. Coverage downfield was applied by Zion Lee, but Lee interfered with the receiver's ability to come back to the ball, and so that will be our first penalty of the contest. That'll be a 15-yarder from the previous spot, so that'll give Wenatchee even better field position and a new set of downs here. On the pass play down at about the 3-yard line. I think he was trying to go for Mason Galvin down there. And they'll mark it all the way down to the 19-yard line after the penalty. So the first penalty of the ball game goes against West Valley on pass interference. Clock stops on the penalty with 8:06 to go here in the first quarter. Jackson Bishop about 4 yards deep in the backfield, claps his hands, then looks over to the sideline for Coach Devereaux. To his left is the tailback, and he'll get the handoff, and not much happening this time as a bunch of white jerseys in there quickly. Looked like Aaron Naranjo was in there first. It's going to be a loss back to the 20-yard line. Loss of a yard brings up second down and 11. Chilly night here at the stadium. Boy, we worked with smoke for 6 weeks and hot temperatures, and then flip a switch. Fall is in the air, that's for sure. Handoff again to Martinez, trying to dance it around the left side, put his shoulder down and just kind of barreling his way down to the 16-yard line. Martinez wants to come out after that particular run as he put a shoulder down, so he'll be relieved by Jack Flugie in the backfield. The gain was to the 16. Brings up third down for Wenatchee after the 4-yard gain. About second down and 7 coming up for the Panthers. Good opening drive here, Brandon.
Yeah, they look good on the keep running counter with our back there, and that's helping them get those angles.
See if they go to the air here. Bishop back to pass, maybe wants to throw a screen pass. The ball is incomplete, and boy, there were linemen downfield. The officials could have dropped a flag on. There was about 4 offensive linemen that were about 6 yards downfield on that play. It'll go incomplete, and that'll be a kicking situation here for Wenatchee. They'll bring in the field goal unit. So West Valley does a good job sniffing that one out. Alex Sanchez will come in to kick the field goal, spotted from the 23, make it a 33-yard field goal attempt. Wind is calm here tonight, and the boot right through the uprights is good. First score of the ball game is 3 by Wenatchee with 6:51 to go here in the first quarter. Panthers lead the Rams 3-0. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Well, good opening drive here for Wenatchee. It stalled at the 16 of West Valley, but they do get the 33-yard field goal by Alex Sanchez, who has it teed up at the 40-yard line. 6:51 to go here in the first quarter of play. Panthers striking first against West Valley. Kickoff by Sanchez, high and short. It'll be fielded at the 15 on the return to the 20. And out to the 30-yard line. Decent field position on the return that time. It was Jackson May here for West Valley. You were just reading off some numbers here as we were coming back from the break, Brandon. What did we have for Anthony on that first drive?
Yeah, we had 7 carries for Anthony for about 28 yards. Most of those on counter plays. It looked really good. Jackson was 2 for 3 for 12 yards.
So 3 points on the board for Wenatchee. Now here comes the air raid. Watch out. Skylar Castle, 6'1", 185-pound senior at quarterback. We'll get to the rest of his group in a moment. We got movement up front, and I think we're going to get offsides against the defense as West Valley does something similar to Wenatchee, so it's not like the Panthers haven't seen this before. They see it in practice all the time, but they a little flinch there. So the first penalty against Wenatchee is for 5 yards, and that gives a 1st and 5 here for a very potent offense with Skylar Castle at the quarterback. Antonio Barajas is behind him in the backfield. And back to pass, no surprise here. Castle, maybe he's going to try to run it up the middle, and he will get it around the right side. Still looking downfield. He will dance across the 40 out to about the 41-yard line. Will have it up for a first down. He doesn't run it much. He, in fact, on the season, that's his 28th carry. Had 126 yards rushing on the season coming in. They're going to put him out at the 40, so a gain of 5 yards. And that's about his average when he does carry the football. So first down and 10 from the 40. Right hash mark here for Castle with Puplo, May, Sadinine, and Lee as his wideouts. He'll throw left. The ball caught across the 43 and up across the 45, breaking a tackle to the 50 and into Wenatchee territory is Jackson May. And he'll take it all the way to the Wenatchee 41-yard line. A couple of broken tackles there. And he will get to 29 yards on that play, or 19 yards.
Yeah, just about 20 there.
Yeah. 19 yards to the Wenatchee 41, and they'll go quick huddle, turn, handoff, Barajas to the right side. Not much happening there as Rivers Cook quick on the stop, gain of just a yard, and that's it. So down to the 40-yard line goes Antonio Barajas on his first carry of the ball game. Up front, 225 sophomore is Arthur Knight, 243 senior Logan Best. The center, 255 pounds added Aiden Mata. And back to pass, Castle. We're going to say that a lot tonight. He's got some pressure, rolls to his right, throws downfield. The ball is almost intercepted and then caught at the 6-yard line. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Coming up with the football, I think, was Sedinine on a juggling catch that was nearly picked off. It will be good down to the Wenatchee.
It's like an
8-yard line. Oh my gosh. 32 yards on the pass play from Castle to Sedinine, and you can't defend it much better than that.
Pretty well defended. Yeah, what do you do?
So first down and goal suddenly for West Valley. And that's something the Panthers have to concentrate on tonight is setback, comeback. You give up a big play, that's all right. You got to focus on the next one. We're going to get a timeout here as West Valley couldn't quite get things in order. So they'll use their first timeout of the half. Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel is brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge. 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough make it an Abby's Pizza tonight. Also by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Well, we had a few issues getting the broadcast on the air, but we're up and running now, so we appreciate you joining us here on our broadcast on TV on LocalTel Channel 12, Charter Channel 19, we think, and then also on our Facebook feed as well. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter of play, and again, just an incredible reception and a catch made by Demetrius Sedinin. He's 6'4", 185 pounds. He's a senior. Came in with 5 touchdowns on the season, and that is highlight reel material right there as he sets West Valley up at the Wenatchee 8-yard line. So here we go after the timeout. Rams will have it with 3 receivers wide to the left, and a pitch to the up back is Barajas. Cuts it back at the 3 and dances into the end zone. Touchdown. And
flag over there on the
we do have a flag on the field on the far side, on the near side towards the cameras. Again, we're over on the Pioneer side of the Apple Bowl, so our perspective is the absolute opposite of what you see. So if you see me or you hear me say near side, far side, sometimes I'll have that completely wrong. So the officials are going to say that's against Wenatchee.
Personal foul there.
And they will decline it, and it will be a touchdown. So Barajas takes it in from 8 yards out. For him, that is his only second rushing touchdown of the season, believe it or not. Extra points. The kicker is Michael Hyde. The holder is Seth Woodcock. Left-footed kicker. You don't see that too often. They had a couple of bodies that were out there doing the long snap. I think Jacob Woodcock is doing the long snap here, 77. Snap is back. The spot is down. The kick is good. We'll take a 60-second break, come back, 4:53 to go here in the first. 7-3 West Valley on top of Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And a lot of people were losing jobs. Friends had left the community. It was a hard time. That football team and companies like Abby's kept that place alive and the community spirit alive. That's legendary.
Well, the drive for West Valley only took 5 plays, 70 yards, and the 8-yard touchdown run for Antonio Barajas. The extra point makes it a 7-3 ball game with 4:53 to go here in the first quarter. 15-yard penalty on that touchdown play, so it goes against the Panthers, so that's why West Valley will tee it up at the Wenatchee 45-yard line. And again, it's Michael Hyde that will kick it off. The left-footed kicker will approach, and he'll boot this one all the way down to about the 7. Well, they want Wenatchee to return it across the 15, 20, getting away from one tackler and out to the 25-yard line. On the return for the Panthers is Martin Diaz. So not bad field position considering where they were kicking off from. They will chalk it up at the 25, so that's where Wenatchee will have it as we have quickly run through nearly a quarter of football. And Brandon Harle, that's what Coach Scott Devereaux wanted, just trying to keep them off the field.
Talking to him early in the week, he wants to shorten the game up a little bit.
First down and 10 for Wenatchee. Ball left hash mark here, and Jackson Bishop will remain at quarterback. Handoff to Martinez. Straight handoff right side over the right tackle, and he'll take it out to the 30-yard line. So a gain of 5 yards. And, man, if you can get 5 yards every time you hand the ball off, why not?
Run that clock down and grind it out.
Splitting out wide to the right here for Wenatchee is Caden Vial. He'll come to the near side towards our cameras here. On a 2nd down and 5. Oops, Jackson Bishop turned one way and the running back went the other way. And so Bishop just takes it ahead for himself for a couple of yards. Got something positive out of what could have been a disaster. And Bishop, I don't know if he's taken quite as many snaps as Jake Devereaux at quarterback. And that could be a situation there where just a little uncomfortable back there for Jackson Bishop. But the senior is able to get a couple of yards out. It brings up 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3 here for the Panthers. They'll quickly snap it to him. Jackson looking for help. He's going to throw it out in the flat. The ball is over the intended receiver. Mason Galvin intended in front of the Wenatchee sideline. He was covered downfield by Zion Lee. It'll bring up a 4th down for Wenatchee.
Jackson had to backpedal a little bit there. Wasn't able to get a lot on that throw.
Yeah, looked kind of awkward in his delivery. So Juan Rios will come in to punt the ball away, and it will be Zion Lee back to return it. He is speedy. Watch out for number 11. Juan's kick, kind of off the side of his foot, will take a sideways bounce and bounce out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So that is just a 24-yard punt. West Valley will have it with 3:34 to go here in the first quarter of play, leading it by a score of 7-0 at their own 44. See what Skylar Castle has in store for the Panther defense here. And again, Wenatchee jumps off sides. Boy, that is twice in a row now where the quarterback starts his cadence and then they look to the sideline. It was very similar to Wenatchee's offense, but Wenatchee defense jumping off sides.
Coach Hyman's done that for 20 years, both at Eisenhower and at West Valley, and practice it all week.
So some face palming by the coaching staff for Wenatchee right now. Castle back, looks left, now look down over the middle, got time, now he throws. The ball caught over on the far sideline, or near sideline towards the cameras. Got a flag coming down in late, so we'll see if this will stand as the receiver took it all the way down to the 25-yard line.
I think you're going to get a legal man downfield on that. That was a screen, and Evan Burdan and Rivers Cook sniffed that out, slammed on the brakes, so...
Yep, that is the indication here. The ball was caught by Puplo, but this is all coming back here.
D-line did a great job of sniffing that out. They've burned us in the past on that play for years, so it's good to see.
So 5 steps forward with the offsides on Wenatchee, 5 steps back for the illegal man downfield. Second penalty and 20 yards against West Valley here, as Puplo and Sedinine will split out to the West Valley side of the field, the short side here. Send a man in motion. They'll fake the handoff up the middle, then back to pass, throwing down middle, and getting belted as he got rid of the football. We talked about the X factor tonight being Evan Burdan, and Burdan says, "Hello, Mr. Castle." Dumps him on his wallet. Pass incomplete, brings up 2nd down.
Clean play, too, by Evan. Well done.
7-3 ball game. Wenatchee scored on its first drive, getting a 33-yard field goal. West Valley scoring on its first drive on an 8-yard touchdown run. Now, second possession, handoff to Barajas, and he is tackled after a short gain across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. Rivers Cook, one of the first men to get there for the Panthers. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long here for West Valley. Ball's at the 48. They need to get to the Wenatchee 46 for a 1st down. Zion Lee will split out to the wide side of the field here on this play. Here come the Panther defense. Pass over the middle, the ball caught, and a 1st down is going to be attained here by West Valley down to the 40-yard line. On the catch that time, it was Jackson May. 18 yards on the pass play from Castle to May. I think that's his second connection with May here in the ball game. Brings up a first down at the Wenatchee 40-yard line. Clock runs after they set the chains with 2.5 left in the first quarter. Castle throws out the flat. There was a block going on. Wall. The ball was in the air. The ball caught over there on the near side by Sedinine, and a flag going to come in after the play. Maybe a late hit out of bounds.
Ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so you can see that block set up there, and then a little late action there out of bounds there.
So we'll see what the officials have to say. So Sedinine on the reception, and then personal foul against Wenatchee on a late hit out of bounds. Ouch, that hurts. So the play was good to the 26, so that's 14 yards on the play. And then add half the distance from there. 4 penalties against Wenatchee here in the early going, and that's just the thing you can't do against a good football team, is just give them free yards. So that was 13 yards on half the distance. So that's 4 penalties and 38 yards unofficially here for Wenatchee so far in the ball game. And after the penalty yardage, first down from the 13, ball left hash mark. Castle very dangerous. Back to pass, looks left or looks right, throws right. The ball incomplete off the hands of the attentive receiver as kind of a bullet pass to his man that was on a square in pattern. And it will fall incomplete, stopping the clock with 2:17 to go here in this first quarter of play. Pass intended for Poplo. Second down and 10 from the 13. The ball kind of jumped in the air after it was incomplete, too. Chance maybe for a pick, but nobody there. Throw out the flat. Ball caught, and then dancing, and then finally hit Evan Burdan. Chasing the play, knocks a man down at the 9-yard line. Again on the catch for West Valley, that was Demetrius Sedinine, number 9.
It's pretty impressive to see the nose tackle all the way out there in the flat. Making
a 4-yard, keeps it to a 4-yard pass play. Holy cow. So big third down here. We're going to get another timeout. And
no, they got another jump there.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, my. Okay, I saw the referee. By the way, our referee tonight, Mike Penning. The umpire is Zach Kirshner. Head linesman is Alan Creek. The line judge is Kirk Lyons. The back judge, Kelly Campbell from the Chelan County Officials Association. So yet another penalty. We'll take it down here to the 4-yard line. Turn, handoff, Barajas. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Going to be close. Needed to get to the 3 for the first down. Wenatchee doing a good job of closing in. Looked like Riley was there for the Panthers.
Give him the first down.
They are going to give him the first down. So first down from the 3. First and goal. Barajas scored the first touchdown of the night for West Valley. He is a couple of yards behind Castle here as the clock winds with 1:10. Castle fakes a handoff, throws in the flat. The ball is caught on the back of the side of the end zone, and that will be a touchdown. Ben Puplo will collect it, and for Puplo, that is his 10th touchdown of the season.
Nice little bootleg and got behind the defense there. There's 3 defenders in the vicinity.
Yeah, he was just walking or just kind of skimming that back end zone line there and got behind the defense. Extra point here for May is on the way and good. We'll take a 60-second break, come back. 1:03 to go here in the first. It's 14-3. West Valley on top of Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
Well, a penalty-aided drive for West Valley. They only needed 8 plays to go the 66 yards as Castle finds Puplo for the touchdown pass from 3 yards out. The extra point makes it a 14-3 ball game with 1:03 to go here in the first quarter. Michael Hyde will have it teed up here at the 40 for the ensuing kickoff. End-over-end kick will come down to the 15, and this could be a good return. 25-30. Bounces off of man. Again, by the way, on the return for Wenatchee, it is Martin Diaz. Good yardage on a short kickoff as Diaz will take it out to the 32 on the return. Yeah, Brandon Harle joining us here on the broadcast. You just can't continue to give them free yards like that.
Right. What we have there is 43 yards and penalties so far, and it's just hard to overcome.
Jackson Bishop still in a quarterback handoff right side. Anthony Martinez, good gain on first down as he got good blocking up front as he takes it out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 5 yards. Martinez on the season, as mentioned, came in with about a 4-yard average. He has 7 touchdowns. He also has 6 receptions, 53 yards. They've got the jumbo set in the backfield now for Wenatchee, and they'll hand it again to Martinez, who gets a good push up front and will lean forward, maybe get a couple of yards out to the 39. Brings up a 3rd down here for Wenatchee. These 3rd and shorts, Brandon, you got to convert these.
You got to do that. You got to keep that clock rolling so you can shorten the game a little bit. I think we're going to get the quarter here anyway.
Yeah, they don't need to snap the ball, and I would just let it wind down here. 2-1, and that's the end of the first quarter. No, they got the snap away, and unfortunately, I don't know if he got enough for the first down.
We'll have to measure that one.
Handoff, and we got maybe an injury on the play as well. It was not Martinez, I don't think, that was on that carry. I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah, I want to call a number out until I know for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever carried the ball is down on the field right now. Holding was reaching down for kind of a hamstring area, and they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So that'll be our final play of the first quarter with an injury and a 4th down decision for Wenatchee. We'll take a 60-second break, come back, get you ready for second quarter action. It is 14-3 after 1 with West Valley leading Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Finally getting to their feet, and that was Anthony Martinez that was down after the run. And unfortunately, boy, that is a big loss if Wenatchee loses him for the game, as he obviously ginger on getting off the field, getting help from his coaching staff here. Very ginger on that right leg as he reached down for it as the tackle was made. Short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th and inches here for Wenatchee in decision time. Now, Jack Flugie has gotten some carries on the season. In fact, he's averaging 5.5 yards when he touches the ball. He's got 42 carries, 233 yards in a backup role here for Wenatchee. 3 touchdowns on the season. So we'll see if it's Flugie that comes in to run the football or Anthony Garcia. Looks like Wenatchee's going to keep their offense out there and go for this on 4th down, and I think that's a good call towards midfield. And you kind of, that game is in the sway of the balance right here.
You got to make a play here to change the momentum a little bit, and like you said with Jack, he's a big ball carrier, so if they can punch it in here, keep that clock going.
So it will be Flugie in the backfield behind Jackson Bishop on this 4th and inches. They got the jumbo set now, man in motion. Out of the backfield is Ethan Wirtz. He'll line up as a tight end left. High snap, handoff, Flugie, first down across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. Gain of 5 yards when they needed inches by Jack Flugie.
Good little push there, getting that first down.
Good job by the offensive line on the left side. Well, you got Evan Burdan over there. Yeah, I'd run behind him all day long. Colby Hill doing a great job at tackle as well. Handoff again, Flugie left side. Flugie dives ahead literally to the 49, gain of a couple of yards.
Yeah, Evan's got his hands full up there with that big nose tackle, but he's got the good angles and leverage. But
Magana at 305, Mata at 255, and Woodcock at 275. That's your 3 down linemen up front. That's a lot of beef to move out of the way. 2nd down long here for the Panthers. Jackson Bishop back to pass. Throws out the left. The ball is overthrown. The intended receiver, Aiden Baps, wasn't even looking for it, as he was tied up on the play by the defender, Puplo. It's kind of an interesting end to that play.
Not a great route by Aiden there. He needed to put his foot in the ground and plan hard and look back for it.
Yeah, Bishop obviously was expecting him to make a cut. He had the ball out of his hands looking for the receiver to make that cut, but didn't happen. So 3rd down and long here for Wenatchee. Bishop rolling to his right, has some pressure, gets away from it, now throws deep downfield looking for Baps, but he's way out of bounds. And it's incomplete, brings up 4th down. Again, Puplo on the coverage down the field for West Valley. So Juan Rios will come in to punt the ball away, or will it be Juan? Yes, it is.
Yep.
On a 4th down near midfield. Zion Lee is back at his own 20 to retrieve this punt from Rios. Juan was one of our MVPs earlier this season in the Panthers' first win against Eisenhower. A high kick, and Lee will catch it and then fumble it, and then covered by Wenatchee, but I believe, flag coming in. They didn't give him room to catch the ball. You got to give him some room. So catch interference going to be called here against the Panthers, as there was no fair catch called. But you still need to give the guy room to catch the football.
Yeah, good pump by Juan. Good hang time there, and just a little early on that tackle.
So yet another penalty against Wenatchee. Holy cow. 10:47 to go here in this first half of play. Our broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality, installation and service, or repair. Appreciate you joining us along with Brandon Harle. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. First down coming up for West Valley after they'll mark the penalty off. They'll have decent field position. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, Rios with a good punt and great coverage, just a little bit too early on the coverage.
Just a little.
Well, how far is he marking this penalty off? They're gonna make him repunt it. Okay,
moving back a little bit, and then
okay, all right. Well, field position game here by Dan Iman, head coach for West Valley. By the way, his assistants are Ryan Scott, Edwin Johnson, Colney Castle, Angel Mata, Rick Bush, J.T. Statler, Taylor Colton, and Monaco De Leon. So 15 yards and another punt for Wenatchee. So it'll be 4th down over again. They'll put it all the way back at the 38-yard line. See if West Valley tries to pressure. They will not. A high spiraling, beautiful kick and a fair catch called for at the 33-yard line. So net gain, for West Valley, but a beautiful punt by Juan Rios. And so West Valley will have it with 10:40 to go, and they'll have it at their own 30-yard line. Ram quarterback Castle is what on the night so far there, Mr. Harle?
Had him at, we had over here,
7 attempts so far?
5 of 7 for 87 yards and a touchdown.
Okay. So sort of in check, considering he's averaging 300 and some yards per game.
Half of that was on that one
That's
circus
true.
catch.
Handoff, and Barajas is caught, but still leaning forward, going to get positive yardage out to the 35. So they are trying to keep a balanced approach here, our West Valley, and gain out to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards, brings up 2nd down and 7 here for the Rams. Ball right hash mark as Castle sets Barajas about 1.5 yards behind him in the backfield. Motion man is, now we got a flag down, and they're going to call this one dead as it's a false start against the offense. 3rd penalty unofficially and 25 yards here against West Valley. 6 penalties, 58 yards for Wenatchee here in this game?
7 with that last one there on the kick catch interference.
So it'll be 2nd down over again, and they'll put the ball back at the 30, and then Wenatchee just gives them those free yards back again. Goodness. That's what, the 3rd or 4th of those in this game?
That's the 4th one. Yeah.
2nd down and 8, West Valley.
A staple of Coach Iman's offense is that look over. Make it 1st and 5, or in this case, 2nd and 7.
So, yeah, we were right back where we were moments ago. So back to pass. Castle throws out in the flat. The ball caught by the receiver across the 45, across midfield, and then finally spilled down is Jackson May to the Wenatchee 48-yard line. That'll be 17 yards on the pass play to the Panther 48. West Valley will not huddle. They'll just get right up to the line of scrimmage. Clock winding under 9.5 to go here in the first half, with West Valley leading Wenatchee 14-3. Castle has some pressure, steps up, hit, drops. Evan Burdan on the sack, the first time Wenatchee gets to Castle here tonight.
Evan just bull rushed, kept pushing against that offensive guard until he was able to wrap him up there. Such a strong kid.
Big play by Evan Burdan, and our X factor on the night comes through here for Wenatchee on a 1st down play. That brings up 2nd down, the loss back to the 47. 2nd down, almost 15 yards to go here for West Valley. Castle steps up in the pocket, backpedaling, throwing, the ball caught at the Wenatchee 45. Again, it is Jackson May on the catch. Castle comes up a little bit gimpy after that because he was belted again by guess who? Yeah. Evan Burdan. Gain was ahead to the 43. 10 yards on the gain. Still 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. Here comes the pressure again. Throw on the flat, the ball caught. And I think this is Poplo who will get it. Poplo with the reception, and that's good enough for a 1st down inside the 35. They're going to put him down at the 31-yard line. Going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee here as Coach Scott Devereaux and company want to talk it over. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back. 8:12 to go here in the half. 14-3, West Valley on top. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
So that pass play gain was when they had 3rd and 5. They gain 12 to the 31 of Wenatchee.
They've gone to that concept a couple times where they clear out the flat with the outside receiver, and the 2nd and 3rd receiver on the inside run both outs, and they pick the one that's open.
We've got an update for you on the battle for the league championship happening over at Lions Field in Moses Lake right now. In the second quarter, Eastmont is leading Moses Lake 14-7. It's a 14-3 lead here for West Valley. Wenatchee again jumping in the neutral zone, but they didn't call Evan Burdan this time for offsides on a 1st down and 10 from the 31 of Wenatchee. Castle gets the info he needs from his coaching staff. Slaps his hand, pressures on. They throw the screen. The ball caught. It's Jackson May, I believe, to the 20, to the 15. Look out to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Excuse me. Zion Lee with the catch and the run, but we'll check a flag here. Could be a hold.
It's going to be a block in the back.
Okay.
Yeah. West Valley receiver over there on the near sideline.
Boy, and was it necessary?
No.
That's frustrating for West Valley's coaching staff. Beautifully set up on the screen pass to Zion Lee. He just scampered around and found his way into the end zone. But it's all coming back. That would have been a 31-yard touchdown play.
Indication is a personal foul, blindside block.
Oh, blindside block is what they're saying. Yeah, sometimes you get that with a receiver that peels back, and
with the guy
you get
around.
somebody not looking and not expecting it. So that's a spot foul. So that'll take it back to the 27-yard line, right in there.
How many yards do you have on that?
15-yard penalty from the spot. Castle gets the snap. Throws looking for the end zone. The receiver open, collects it. Touchdown, West Valley. They score twice to get it once, as Castle's able to find a man to get behind the defense. That's Ben Puplo on his 2nd touchdown of the night, his 11th of the season. Looked like it was pretty decent coverage downfield, but Puplo made an extra move, and Castle just threw him open.
Right, yeah. Went up and got it. Got behind the corner there.
7:37 the time on the clock. High snap again on the extra point. It will split the uprights, and we'll take a 60-second break, come back with 7:37 to go here at the half. West Valley 21, Wenatchee 3. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, again, a lot of penalties back and forth in that particular drive. As it turns out, an 8-play, 70-yard drive. Touchdown pass from 30 yards from Castle to Puplo. The extra point makes it a 21-3 ball game with 7:37 to go here in the first half. As Michael Hyde has it teed up again here at the 40. His kickoffs have been pretty short here. We'll see if he kicks it the way of Martin Diaz again here for Wenatchee. Back and ready to return it here on senior night for 14 seniors. Last time to suit them up here at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl for Wenatchee. Kick short again. This will bounce on the turf and then be taken by Diaz at the 25. Trying to get it around the corner to the 30. Look out, they got the wall set up, and ooh, he's going to be caught from behind at the 40. Get out to about the 42-yard line. Coming up with the stop was Antonio Barajas, who we see run the football. He ran the return man down this time, but great field position for Wenatchee out at the 42.
A good return.
7:29 to go here in the first half. Wenatchee with their 4th possession of the first half. And they will stick with Jackson Bishop at quarterback here, as he's got 2 running backs in the backfield. Again, Anthony Martinez went down with a leg injury. So Jack Flugie out there and Christensen out there, and they'll hand it off to Flugie. A dive play up the middle across the 45 out to about the 46-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on first down. And Brandon, you keep getting that kind of yardage on first down. Why go away from that?
Yeah, you got to continue to chip away at it first down, and obviously with second down here, you got to get a little play action or something simple.
Well, the slot man to the wide side, Ethan Wirtz, was uncovered there for a while, but they finally get somebody over there to him. Bishop wants to look his way. Now Jackson will roll out to his left, looking downfield, throwing, and incomplete into double coverage down there. Looking for, in fact, that was the man we were talking about, Ethan Wirtz. Incomplete pass brings up third down.
And there you are again, a little 3rd and long. Ethan turned his route upwards as he's supposed to when he's covered. Just a little out of bounds there on the throw.
Been a few of those tonight for Jackson. Bishop came in with 320 yards passing on the season. Couple of touchdowns, couple of interceptions. His completion ratio not the greatest at 38%.
It's 2 of 8 tonight for 12 yards.
So 3rd down and long coming up for the Panthers. Bishop will send a man in motion. That's Wirtz. They'll turn, hand it off. No, he'll keep it, Will Bishop, and he'll get near midfield, but going to be well short of the first down yardage. Jackson slow to get up on the play after he was crumpled over by big 255-pound Aiden Mata. Brings up 4th down for Wenatchee.
Jake Devereaux in now. Looks like you're going to go for it.
So Devereaux will come in on a 4th down and about 3 yards to go here for the Panthers, maybe even 4. As Devereaux will come off the bench here. Jake, a little more success on the ground for Wenatchee. High snap to him. He'll hand it off. First down and more on a dive play over the right side on the first carry of the ball game by Connor Christensen, and it's good enough for a Wenatchee first down.
Nice power play to the right. Fold that down and just hit that gap.
11 yards on the running play for Connor Christensen, who will stay in there along with Flugie in the backfield. First down and 10 for Wenatchee. They scored on their opening drive, been held scoreless ever since. 5:40 to go here in the first half. Devereaux sends Christensen behind him. They'll turn, hand it to him left. Big hole up the middle. Christensen ahead inside the 35, down to about the 31-yard line.
Just another power play to the left there. They're doing a good job of double teaming that big nose and pulling around him.
9 yards on the first down carry by Christensen. So Connor Christensen called on here to help out on the offensive side of the football after Anthony Martinez went down with an apparent injury to his right leg. 2nd down and short. Do you dare throw it or you run it again? They'll run it again. It's a first down and more. Christensen almost got away, but he is finally tackled after a first down carry inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Well, sometimes in life, my dad told me this several times growing up, you got to keep it simple, stupid, and sometimes you just hand the ball off and go straight ahead.
Yep, don't overthink it. When it's working, go for it. Just keep giving him the ball.
Ball's at the 27, shaded towards the left side between the hash marks here. Flugie and Christensen, quarterback for Wenatchee, they want to do here on this first down play. Motion man is Wirtz. Handoff. No, Devereaux wants to keep it, and he will be caught from behind and spun down at about the 24-yard line. As chasing him down from the backside was Josiah Waters, the 6-foot, 175-pound junior. But positive yardage to the 24. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7. As I mentioned, Devereaux on the season coming in had 118 yards rushing, 416 yards passing Passing has been kind of a challenge there, however, as he's got 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season. They'll shift the backs here as Flugie will go in a 3-point stance, hand it to him, and he'll dive it ahead. West Valley kind of going, okay, we're kind of getting used to this call here. Gain of a couple of yards brings up 3rd down for Wenatchee from the 22. Need to get to about the 17 for a first down. 3rd and 5 coming up for Wenatchee as the clock continues to tick-tock here as the Panthers trail at 21-3. They're certainly within field goal range of Alex Sanchez here, but I'm sure Wenatchee would love to get much more. A 3rd down and 5. Devereaux surveys the defense. Looks over to the sideline. Will shift Christensen a couple of yards behind him in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it left side. Christensen, dive play inside, and he is going to have enough for the first down to the 16-yard line.
West Valley's right end is coming inside our tackle there. When Coach Devereaux sees that, he calls that power play again to the left and hit it for another 6 yards.
So you would know, Brandon, when he looks to the sideline, is that just a hand signal that Devereaux is giving?
Yeah, Scott waits to see the alignment of the D-line before he gives the call to the quarterback there based on their alignment.
So Devereaux again.
You can see the right defensive end's upright and outside of the left tackle, so
yeah,
he's reading that guy for some of his calls.
2:09 left, and now we're going to get a timeout taken as the play clock was winding down here. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Global Car Care. ASC certified technicians will take good care of your vehicle, whether you need general maintenance or have a European specialty car. You can count on Global to keep you on the road. Also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Playing your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop for scheduling your tee time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Call 509-884-4653. That's 509-884-4653 for Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Second quarter action in Moses Lake tonight. Eastmont 21, Moses Lake 7. It is a 21-3 ball game here with 2:07 to go. Wenatchee, with a win tonight, would play at Gonzaga Prep next Friday for a chance to get to state. Yeah, congratulations. You beat West Valley. Your consolation prize is Gonzaga Prep.
Man, they're tough, too. They still run the triple option. And they've run it very well and very fast.
After the timeout by Wenatchee, they're second, by the way, at a half. They'll hand it off left side, and is that Anthony Martinez back in there?
I think it is, yeah.
Wow, that is going to be a miraculous recovery because it looked like he was not going to come back. But he is out there. How about that? He does not get a lot, but does get positive yardage. They're going to put him down at the 12.
Second down, 7, Panthers.
Nice sweep play to the left for the pitch there, and had a lot of green out there for Anthony.
So it's Flugie and Martinez in the backfield, shouldering Jake Devereaux right now. Boy, West Valley is just daring him to throw it. They've got, 6 guys in the box right now, 7 guys in the box. Where's that Rivers Cook little screen over the middle? It's a pitch right side, and West Valley all over this one as Anthony Martinez has no ground to go, and he'll lose yardage back to the 15.
Clock was running out for the play clock there, and it with a little quick.
Under a minute to go. Wenatchee has 1 timeout left. They have a 3rd down and 9 coming up from the 15. I mentioned Rivers Cook. He'll split out as a slot back here to the wide side of the field for Jake Devereaux on this 3rd down play. Gets a snap, looks right, throws right, looking for the end zone, and jump ball knocked away by the defender. Good coverage downfield. It was intended for Mason Galvin, but the coverage downfield, I believe, for West Valley was by Naranjo. Linebacker got back there defensively, and that brings up a 4th down for the Panthers and another field goal opportunity, as it will be 4th and 9 from the 15. They'll spot it at the 22, will Jake Devereaux. And so that's where Alex Sanchez will try it for a 32-yard field goal attempt. Boy, they got big pressure up the middle, and that maybe influenced the vision of Alex Sanchez as the ball is kicked wide to the left. So no good on the field goal. West Valley will take over the ball with 30 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll keep it right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Mr. Magana, all 305 pounds of him there, folded in that side.
He totally did.
He blew back our guard and tackles on his own.
Now the good news at 305, he doesn't have much lift.
No.
So the 32-yard field goal, no good for Sanchez. Gives West Valley the ball at the 20-yard line. And as I mentioned, 30 seconds left here. So will West Valley air it out, or will they decide just to be conservative here? I doubt they'll be conservative. That's not in the nature.
Not Coach Iman, no.
No, they'll go a little flea flicker. How about
Oh,
this? And he fumbled the football, and it is loose, and who's going to get it? Wenatchee may have covered it at the 6-yard line. They do!
There we go.
How about that?
It's Rivers Cook there with the recovery.
Little trickeration for West Valley, and it proves to be costly on the fumble.
Reverse flea flicker, and just a little bit of a bobble there on the quarterback was enough for Panthers to get a hit on him.
So Wenatchee still has one timeout, and they have 23 seconds now, and they'll have golden field position at the 7-yard line. So our first turnover of the ball game. Let's see what Jake Devereaux and company have in store here. We got motion up front, and this is going to come 5 yards back against Wenatchee. Goodness gracious. So another penalty. That's 9 now for what, 68 yards against Wenatchee here in the ball game. Boy, and those are mental errors that you just, week, 9 of the season, you just don't expect to have to deal with here. But that is what the Panthers have had to deal with here in this first half. So let's see if they can cash in here. Pressure. Devereaux spun. Still under pressure, and is going to be hammered down back near the 20-yard line. Big sack on the play by the West Valley defense. Timeout. West Valley still has 2 timeouts if they wanted to take it. I think Scott Devereaux is going to take the timeout here and maybe going to try to just tee it up and kick it away again, or try the field goal. We'll see.
I'll try to give it one more go here, I think, with 10 seconds left.
The ball all the way back to the 19-yard line, so a loss of 7 yards on that sack of Devereaux. And that just kind of looked like jailbreak from the get-go.
Yeah.
I don't know if were they trying to set up a screen? I didn't see it.
I couldn't see it. No, I don't think it was.
They got through the line awfully quick, so that's why I thought maybe it was a screen pass.
I didn't see any receivers coming up down the tunnel there, as we'd say, and Jake ended up having to scramble a little bit there.
They're going to put 13.5 seconds left on the clock here. They put a few extra seconds here because Wenatchee called timeout right after the sack occurred. Wenatchee scored the first points of the ball game, but it's been West Valley pretty much from here on out, as they have answered with 3 touchdowns to lead at 21-3 here at the half. Again, 21-7 last score we had from Eastmont at Moses Lake, with the Wildcats leading. Keep you up to date on that one as we go. Devereaux rolling to his right, getting pressure, gets away from a man. Maybe a face mask could have been called. A high catch, no, out of bounds. Ball was thrown into the Wenatchee sidelines, and coming up with the football was Caden Vial, but he was out of bounds on the play.
Just a toe on the line when he came back down, so it looks like they're going to give it one more go here.
So 3.2 seconds left. So those 3 seconds were certainly advantageous to put back on the clock, because Wenatchee gets one more shot at the end zone here. Oh, why not? Last game of the regular season here at home, senior night. Trailing by 3 scores. Back to pass again. Devereaux throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted in the end zone. And a man trying to return it, but he's tackled down there by Rivers Cook back there. And I thought maybe there would be a flag for pass interference on that, but no flag coming, and so that's going to be the final play of the first half. And I'm trying to see who got that interception in the end zone. And it was Zion Lee. So the interception by Lee will end our first half of play. And kind of ugly towards the end of the first half. 21-3 our score at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You're watching Big 9 football here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare's flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They set, in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Thanks for joining us for Big 9 football here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our score at halftime is West Valley leading Wenatchee 21-3. A recap of our first half of play. Wenatchee got the opening kickoff at its own 29-yard line to start the ball game, and they would go down the field mixing the run and the pass and get it to the West Valley 16-yard line, but then go backwards a little bit and then try to field goal, and it would be a connection by Alex Sanchez from 33 yards out, and with 6:51 to go in the first quarter, Wenatchee led it by a score of 3-0. It wouldn't take long for West Valley to cash in on its first series of the ball game as they would go 5 plays and 70 yards. Barajas would take it in from 8 yards out, and it was a remarkable catch in that particular drive by Ben Puplo. Acrobatic circus catch to get the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line. Barajas would take it in from there, and the extra point made it a 7-3 West Valley lead with 4:53 to go in the first quarter. Wenatchee would go 3 and out, punt the ball away, and that punt didn't go very far, only 24 yards, and it would set West Valley up at its own 44-yard line on a 1st down and 10. And again, it would be Castle and company taking taking it down the field. Castle would find Puplo on a 3-yard touchdown pass to cap the drive. 8 plays, 66 yards, and 3 minutes, 31 seconds off the clock with 1:03 to go in the first quarter. It was West Valley leading at 14-3 at that point. The Rams would get the ball back yet again after a Wenatchee punt and would have it at their own 30. This time the drive, 8 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Castle would find Puplo on a beautiful 30-yard touchdown pass up the left sideline. That made it a 21-3 ball game with 7:37 to go. Wenatchee again would get a drive going as they get a little help from coming off the bench for the Panthers was Jake Devereaux, and he helped lead the drive all the way down to the 15-yard line. A 32-yard field goal, however, was wide left as they got pressure up the middle. The next possession for West Valley, they'd try a little flea flicker, and that would be fumbled away and recovered by Rivers Cook. Wenatchee couldn't take advantage, though, as they were intercepted by Lee to end the first half of play, and that would be our final score there in the first half, 21-3 West Valley on top. We'll take a break, come back, and get you some of the stats from this one with Brandon Harle. We'll do that as we continue here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where West Valley leads Wenatchee 21-3 here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chafe on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Welcome back to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Golden Apple Marching Band entertaining the crowd here at halftime. A 21-3 ball game at hand with West Valley leading Wenatchee here on the final game of the regular season. There's a crossover game on the line next week, and Wenatchee will have a tall task here in the second half to try to come back in this one. Brandon Harle joining us on the broadcast. Well, Brandon, what did the numbers look like in that first half of play?
For the Rams, we see Skylar Castle is a hot hand with 9 for 11 for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has Ben Puplo for 2 touchdowns. The Panthers have 41 yards on Anthony Martinez's 13 carries. Jack Flugie has 11 yards on 3 carries. Jackson Bishop kept the ball 3 times for 7. Jake Devereaux had a couple early runs with 2 for 9. And Connor Christensen came in off the bench for a good 21 yards on 3 carries. The Panthers passing game has been a little anemic. We've got 2 completions for 11 yards and 1 interception there at the end, which is just a shot in the end zone there. I think, as you've said already before, the story of the game is the 9 unfortunate penalties for 68 yards by the Panthers, which is it's been tough to overcome at this point. West Valley also has 5 penalties. But they haven't been affected as much by those, unfortunately, as the Panthers have, putting themselves into first and long and second and long situations.
A couple of turnovers in that first half, right towards the end of the half. In fact, a fumble recovered by Rivers Cook for Wenatchee, and then interception of a pass by Jake Devereaux to end the half by Zion Lee, and that would be a end of the half and 21-3 differential here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. While the Golden Apple Marching Band is entertaining here at halftime, I think that, I was just going to go and we're going to listen to some of the band and watch them here. I don't know if they got one more song in the tank or not, but here we go. Well, it's the award-winning Golden Apple Marching Band here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl on senior night as Wenatchee celebrates its seniors all the way around here for the class of 2023. 21-3 is our score as we will wind down the clock here at halftime. By the way, another halftime score for you at Moses Lake tonight. Eastmont 28 and Moses Lake 14 at the half at Lions Field. We'll keep you up to date on that game as well, as that could have implications for us next week with a little more football here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast tonight has been brought to you in part by Les Schwab. At Les Schwab, they take your safety seriously every time you stop by. Also by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. Back with second half action straight away. It's 21-3, West Valley over Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They set, in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Welcome back once again here to Liebofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the West Valley Rams lead Wenatchee at halftime 21-3, along with Brandon Harle. Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. West Valley will have the football to start our second half of play. Brandon, if you're Coach Devereaux in the halftime locker room, what are you telling your troops at halftime as you get ready for the second half?
I think the first thing you have to focus on, obviously, is the mental mistakes. The penalties are the thing that is keeping us out of having a clean game, and you can't run any of your plays no matter what. Your game plan becomes very limited when you're having that many penalties, and it just throws everything off. So.
Yeah, it certainly does. I think 6 of those penalties were defensive jumps.
Yeah.
That's 30 yards right there.
Yeah.
And when you got a team coming in that averages over 300 yards passing a game, you can't give them any free stuff.
No, especially as fast as they are with their tempo.
Meanwhile, though, I mean, Castle has had some success, but, you know, if you tackle a little better, there was a couple of broken tackles in that first half of play. You know, I thought the defense had the receivers pretty well covered for the most part. I mean, the one acrobatic reception by Puppo in that first half was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Could have been picked off, knocked down, whatever. But you got to feel pretty good so far if you're the defensive backs, don't you?
Yeah, I think, you know, you throw that one out. I mean, what do? You just nod your head at him and say, nice catch.
Right.
The touchdown on the other end was a perfectly thrown ball in the corner, and it wasn't poorly defended. So he is scrambling around. He's got to use his feet a little bit. And Evan Burdan is getting after him.
And that Evan Burdan was my X factor in our pregame show, saying that if Evan can get some pressure, he hit him a couple of times hard after he got rid of the football. You said it, clean hits, but he's going to remember 54. And at what point do you start to hear footsteps?
Right. Yeah. That's when you hope he gets rid of it a little bit early, makes an error, and we capitalize on that. And his brother, who's an assistant coach now, the Castle's brother, was a quarterback for Ike under Iman and graduated in 2013. I think he went to SMU, if I remember right, and he was the same way. He could just sling it, and we just sent Cy Sermon and Trey Adams and those guys after him and tried to slow him down. Even if he didn't get to him, right, you're going to remember getting hit by those guys if you get hit enough.
So the second half just ahead of us here on the NCWLIFE Channel, and we appreciate you joining us. Again, our halftime score, 21-3, Wenatchee trailing West Valley. They score at half over in Moses Lake tonight. Eastmont leading the Mavericks 28-14. Now, if Eastmont wins that game, they'll share the league title with Sunnyside, although Sunnyside will claim they have it since Sunnyside beat Eastmont. Eastmont will get a home game next Friday against, probably they're saying Richland right now. We'll see how that all shakes out, but if, got a lot of football to play over in Moses Lake still. Sure. But if Eastmont can win that game, they would have a home game next Friday, and we would have that live here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Since it's not a state game and the NFHS rules don't apply in that particular regard. Yeah, we'll just leave it right there at that. Getting ready for second half action. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured with Harvest Valley Pest Control. They are using kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. 509-423-2207. I meant to look at this earlier tonight. It is colder. It is definitely colder. I mean, we're dealing with the smoke for so long. 6 weeks worth of smoke? We're average for Wenatchee and Eastmont to practice outdoors was once a week for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then flip a switch and it's cold outside.
Yeah.
So Mr. Sanchez will have the ball teed up here as Wenatchee on your screen. Again, we're opposite where we're broadcasting from up here in the booth, away from our cameras. So it'll be from your left to right as you look at it, from our right to left as we look at it. But nonetheless, here we go, second half getting underway here And a little chip shot, and this is going to bounce, and it's free. And if Wenatchee covers it, it's Panther football, but I think the Rams got it.
Great kick.
Great idea.
Right where it needed to be. Coach Devereaux is always looking for those spots for our kicker to pooch one in there, and almost had that.
That's where film study comes in, isn't it?
And Coach Devereaux is as good as they come with that, especially on our special teams game. I think for the last 20 years, he's always looking for that little hole where our kicker can punch it right in there.
So first down for the Rams at their own 37-yard line. Skylar Castle comes out, has 3 receivers to his wide side of the field to his right. Let's see if they try to open things up here on a first down and 10. Nope. Handoff Barajas up the middle, and he gets good yardage across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Gain of 5 yards on the first down play. Barajas was, what did he have in that first half of play?
Yeah, it ended up only having 5 carries for about 20 yards. Just enough to keep the D honest.
Well, they put the drive start here at the 38, so that gain was just 4 yards for Barajas. Now empty backfield with Castle by himself. Low snap. Has lots of time. Now that time escapes him. He's throwing over the middle. The ball caught. Zion Lee with a catch. Gets away from one man and then is stood up at the 40. And that's where he'll be tackled down, but not before he gets a good gain into Wenatchee territory. And that'll be, 18 yards on the pass play from Castle to Lee. Boy, Rivers Cook just about had him in the backfield.
They did a good job on D there. He had to work for that, and unfortunately when you're able to scramble that long, somebody's going to come open.
So Castle will this time have Barajas behind him in the backfield. 3 receivers wide right, 1 wide to the left here on first down and 10 from the Wenatchee 40. Castle, 3-step drop. Now has pressure. Now running. Now tackled by Evan Burdan. Again with a sack for Wenatchee.
Second sack of the night there for Evan, and just a motor that doesn't give up.
All league, gotta be first team, gotta be defensive MVP. I mean, this kid is just high motor all the time. Second down coming up, and Wenatchee nearly jumped again as the Rams went into their little shift to look to the sideline for the call on the play. Second down, about 20 yards to go here for the Rams. Castle throws out the flat, the ball caught by Barajas there, got away from one tackle, and then Evan Burdan downfield 12 yards is able to make the tackle and punish Barajas, who is slow to get up. Gain will be 7 yards to the 42-yard line.
He's going to hobble off there.
Boy, he is hurting. So he taps his helmet, says, yeah, I need help. Seth Woodcock will come in, and so the Rams will have 5 receivers in this formation on 3rd and 12. Castle back, pressure, throws, ball over the intended receiver's hands, incomplete as he was looking for Jackson May, but again, good pressure by Wenatchee. Quickly getting to him was Hayden Riley. That'll bring up 4th down.
Good sit there. Good start for the second half. Make that quarterback run a little bit, and Evan doing what Evan does.
So a punting situation, it would seem anyway, but also, by the way, the quarterback, Skylar Castle, is the punter. So you always got to keep that in the back of your mind. And nobody's out on the far side over here. Finally, Wenatchee will get it covered.
Came on late.
The gunner, that was nervous. Now we're going to get a flag down, and Castle wanted to keep it. And false start against the offense. So I'll back him up 5 more yards. So Wenatchee will take that. Thank you very much. As they'll put it back at the 47-yard line. Is that Babst back to return? No, it's for Wenatchee doing the returning tonight. Martin Diaz. Again, Castle standing at his own 40. Good pass from center. Has pressure. Guess who? Evan Burdan.
He was held on his way on a
fumbled on the kick on the punt return. Wenatchee will cover it back at the 15-yard line. Aiden Babst muffed it.
Yeah, Evan still has his eyes on the ref, asking him, because the only thing that kept him from blocking that was the guy pulling him from his jersey in the back.
Evan was at the game against Davis, had 3 blocked field goals.
I think it was the one before that. It was, yeah, but.
Oh, Ellensburg. It was the Ellensburg game. That's right. So Wenatchee will get his first possession of the second half after a great defensive series, by the way. And it will be Devereaux in a quarterback. And he wants to keep it running left. And, ooh, my, he is punished as he got it to the line of scrimmage. And that is it for Wenatchee on the carry that time, as Aiden Mata put all 255 pounds into him.
Keep it running that counter play. It was a quarterback keep design run for him, and not much there for him.
Maybe a yard on the play to the 17. Devereaux throws out the flat. Ball caught out there across the 20. Got a block. That's Aiden Baps as he's finally spun down across the 20 to the 21. Good little pitch and catch and good blocking up front for Baps.
With the reception.
Little bubble screen there for Aiden. Get yourself in a 3rd and 5.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Wenatchee has had 3rd manageable so far tonight if they don't make a mistake. See what they dial up here on a 3rd down and 5. Looks like Martinez in the backfield along with Devereaux here. Snap is back to him. Throw out the flat. The ball is underthrown the intended receiver. He was looking for Caden Vial. And that'll bring up 4th down for Wenatchee.
Just a quick hitch there that Jake didn't get to him.
You know, Jackson Bishop earlier, he got tackled hard and he looked like he may have been kind of limped up on the play, but I see him out there on the punt coverage team now. So it looks like he's okay.
4th down, 5 yards.
4th down coming up after a great defensive hold for Wenatchee. They'll give the ball back, it would seem here. Zion Lee back to return the punt. The ball fumbled on the punt. And let's see if he's going to. Now we got a flag down on a hold and a throw, and the ball incomplete. And boy, that was just a complete disaster for Wenatchee. Juan Rios fumbled the snap. It was a good pass from center right back to him, but he fumbled it. And then I think his protection man held as he was scrambling out to his left.
Yeah, that was a mess from the start.
Let's see what the officials tell us here. Mike Penning is our referee tonight. Zach Kirshner, the umpire. Alan Creek, the head linesman. Kirk Lyons, the line judge. And Kelly Campbell, the back judge, all from the Chelan County Officials Association. By the way, good to have Mike Penning back. We lost him for a couple of years down in Vancouver. But Mike telling me before the ball game that he and Mrs. have moved back to Wenatchee and happy to be back in the Valley. So it's a personal foul.
Called the blind side on him.
And then, yeah, it's just going to be a turnover on an incomplete pass. So they just decline all the penalties. So basically, it'll go over on downs.
Actually, I think they had 2 penalties on the Panthers there. Yeah. So
they had, I think, illegal man downfield as well, because everybody went downfield.
Signal for
hit to the helmet.
Helmet to helmet, yeah.
7:59 left as West Valley gets primo field position here at the Wenatchee 21-yard line. Castle throws out the ball, almost intercepted out there. Coverage for Wenatchee on the flat was Charlie Jorgensen. He was tied up with the receiver and got right in the middle of everything. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That's just a great job by Charlie fighting through that block on that quick screen. And couldn't teach it any better than that. He just blew up the play because he attacked the blocker.
We've seen that before where they threw it on the flat and the one receiver engages with the defender even before the ball's thrown.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 21. Man in motion from left to right. And they want to look that way. Throw, the ball caught at the 12, dancing around a man at the 10, and then knocked out of bounds at the 9-yard line at Zion Lee. Going to be ahead for a 1st down for West Valley. They'll put him out at the 9, so again at 12 yards on the pass play from Castle to Lee. And just well designed, and you got athletes like that, you just make space for them.
Yeah, you put them in motion, and the defense has to honor that. And the number 1 receiver sat in the hole while the defense flew to the motion guy. Smart play.
So Lee is by himself to the short side of the field here. Castle looking left, has pressure, now scampers, now runs, now throws. The ball caught by Lee. We got a flag down as he goes into the end zone.
It's going to be a legal man downfield again. So hard to keep those linemen where they need to be when the quarterback is scrambling around.
Yeah, you had a 67 downfield at the 2, right about
right in front of our side judge there.
Kind of an easy call there.
Easy one for Kurt to make there.
Yeah, he didn't report himself as eligible, so.
Yeah.
So they'll put it back to the, 13 on the penalty or 14-yard line, right about there. So it'll be first down over again. Castle, handoff, Barajas up the middle, wide open, into the end zone, touchdown. My, oh my. That was a parting of the Red Sea right there, as somehow they found a giant gap in the middle of that Wenatchee defense.
Yeah, we had our DB spread out looking for a pass, and they went back to their counter play, and big hole right there in the middle with all of our linebackers and DB spread out for looking for pass.
Second touchdown run of the night here for Barajas. That doubled his season total, by the way. He had 1 on the season coming in. Snap on the extra point is back. The kick away, and it's good. We'll take a 60-second break, come back to 7:22 to go here in the third. 28-3 our score with West Valley on top of Wenatchee. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
7:22 remaining in the third quarter. The score.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Well, the drive for West Valley after a messed up punt situation for Wenatchee gave them first down at the Wenatchee 21-yard line. Just 4 plays, 21 yards, 37 seconds off the clock. Barajas on a 14-yard touchdown run. Extra point makes it a 28-3 ball game with 7:22 to go here in the third quarter. As the short kickoff will bounce, and then West Valley has a chance to recover it. It's loose, and I think the Rams have it. The ball will be recovered by West Valley as Nick Gomez was able to cover it on a short kickoff. And, well, tit for tat there, because Wenatchee tried it to start the second half, and now West Valley does the same exact thing to Wenatchee.
Just in that same spot, and Wenatchee wasn't able to fall on that. Guys aren't used to getting the ball kicked to them, man. It's a panic mode when you see that thing bouncing right in front of you.
So golden opportunity here for West Valley as they'll have it at the Wenatchee 36-yard line after basically what comes up as an onside kick, if you will. 7:22 to go. And suddenly the Rams knocking on the doorstep again. First down from the Wenatchee 36. We're going to have to ask a lot for the defense here. Handoff Barajas. He will be caught at the line of scrimmage by 54 again. And I'll tell you, Evan Burdan just does not stop, does not give up. It'll be a gain of a couple of yards to the 34. Rivers Cook helping out on the stop for Wenatchee. I swear, Evan Burdan has been triple teamed at times here tonight by that giant offensive line. Still making plays. Castle looking for the end zone. Ball up in the air, defended perfectly downfield by Aiden Babst. Knocked the ball away from the intended receiver. Beautiful play, brings up third down.
Can't defend it any better than that. Perfect leverage, right on top of the play.
Found the ball, was able to reach up, knock it away. The pass, by the way, intended for Jackson May. Third down and 8. Boy, if Wenatchee can make a stop here defensively, it'd be huge after giving the ball away on the kickoff. Clock stops on the incomplete with 6:48 to go in the third. 28-3 our score. Castle looking left here before the snap. Still looking left, throwing left. The ball is off the shoulder pad of the intended receiver. Incomplete as Puplo was coming out of his break. Ball was right on him, and he drops it.
We got a break there. Looks like they are going to stay out, though, here. Can give it a go at 4th and 9.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot. The kicker who kicks off is also their field goal kicker, and he doesn't have much of a leg. So back to pass again. Castle steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws. The ball is underthrown, incomplete, goes over on downs. Wenatchee stops.
Intended for Ben Puplo. Ernie Velasquez
Look at that.
for the Panthers. That's a turnover on downs.
We'll see if Wenatchee can
1st and 10.
take advantage here.
You can see Jackson Bishop coming back in for this series.
Boy, big stop. Couple of stops here in the second half for Wenatchee's defense.
So I read it wrong. Jackson's in at receiver. Jake is still in at quarterback.
Okay, so Jake Devereaux here at quarterback. Turn, handoff, right side. It's Flugie, I believe.
Jack Flugie, the ball carrier.
Flugie ahead for a couple, 2-3 yards out to the 38-yard line.
Gain of 3. Josiah Waters on the stop for the Rams. 2nd down and 7, Panthers.
Well, there's been a few big plays by West Valley in this one tonight. Not many big plays at all for the Panthers. 2nd down coming up. Devereaux back to pass, throws out in the flat. The ball caught across the 45 out to the 46. And was that Bishop?
Jackson Bishop.
Yeah, it was. How about it? Well, you got a big target like that. Why not use him?
Yeah, he runs a great curl flat sit out there for Jake, and good read, good catch.
9 yards on the pass play from Devereaux to Bishop. So QB to QB there. West Valley showing that they might come off the edge here. They got 3 down linemen, and then the linebacker came cheating up. That was Eric Naranjo. Handoff, right side, dive play across midfield into West Valley territory is Jack Flugie. He'll take it to the 47.
Straight downhill on that, man-on-man blocking. Let Flugie be Flugie, big boy to grind out 5 yards for him.
Officially a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4, Panthers.
They had Flugie on defense this year, and he was kind of scout teaming running the football and showing that he could run it. And he asked Coach Devereaux, he says, hey, I'd like to try to run the football. So Scott says, sure, go ahead. So here he is, and a 1st down and more inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. How about Jack Flugie coming through?
10-yard pop on their counter play. Coach Devereaux just reading that end and waiting to see where he's going to line up, and then he'll call it for him.
Big Jacob Woodcock heads to the sideline. This 275-pounder needs a little agua over there. 1st down for Wenatchee at the West Valley 37. 4:23 to go here in the third quarter. Rams on top 28-3. Devereaux will move Flugie around. 7 on the play clock. High snap. Boy, fakes the handoff. Devereaux has trouble and going to be pounded down at the 42. Loss of about 5 yards on the play. I don't know if that was a broken play or not. Regardless, it's a sack.
And Eric Naranjo.
Second down
Loss
after
of
the
4, second down 14, Panthers.
5-yard loss on the play. Just about back to the 42-yard line. We'll try to get an updated score. They should be second half by now, and they are. Third quarter, and how about this? Eastmont 31, Moses Lake 14. Wildcats taking care of business on the road so far here tonight. Devereaux has pressure, throws, hit hard, ball intercepted back at the 20-yard line. 25, 30 on the return, 35. And the, guess who, Evan Burdan saves the day once again for Wenatchee, but not before there was an interception by Sedadine.
Demetrius Sedadine with the interception for the Rams. He's knocked out of bounds by Evan Burdan.
So a turnover for Wenatchee. They're basically third of the game after they had an issue with a punt. They had an interception at halftime. And now West Valley makes a stop defensively. The receiver, by the way, intended on that play. I think it was Aiden Baps. He fell down.
I think it was Mason Galvin.
Oh, was it Galvin? Okay.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. He made his break and was on the ground. And
so from their own 42, a handoff is Barajas, and nothing happening there. As Wenatchee's Daniel Moffitt makes the play.
Antonio Barajas, the ball carrier.
Man, they're going to be kind and giving back to the line of scrimmage.
Gain of close to a yard.
Well, maybe even a yard gain out to the 43. I thought he got stopped for a loss.
Not much there.
3 receivers to the right for Castle here. On a second down, a long 9. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter. Castle pointing to his line. Now they're going to run the play. Wants to throw a screen over the middle, incomplete on the screen pass as he tried to connect with his wideout that comes back in on that little screen play. Puplo, incomplete.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but there's Evan again. He's just such a smart football player. He slammed on the brakes. They had a twist up front. When he read it, he stopped, and that made that decision a little harder for the quarterback.
So he was right there where Puplo was when he tried to make the connection.
Yep.
Third down and 9. Boy, I give Wenatchee some big-time credit here defensively. They've done well here tonight against one of the most prominent offenses in the state. Castle rolling to his right, throwing the ball, caught, and it's May ahead for a first down into Wenatchee territory to the 35-yard line. .22 yards on the pass play to the Wenatchee 35. And boy, Castle is so difficult when he rolls to his strong side, to his right-handed side. He can certainly slick that ball down the field. Handoff Barajas running right. Barajas gets away from one man and still fighting for yardage. We'll get it down almost 9-10 yards on the first down carry by Barajas. You might see a little fatigue now for that Wenatchee defense. They've been out there a lot here tonight.
Daniel Moffitt with the tackle.
Gain of 9 yards for Barajas around the right side. Rivers Cook did a great job standing up his man and forcing the play, but coming up, I think that was it St. or Christensen that couldn't quite make the tackle, and that led Barajas to a few extra yards. Castle sends a man in motion. That's May. He's looking his way again, throwing downfield. The ball is intercepted at the 5-yard line. Wenatchee gets the football, picking off only for the 7th time this season. Skylar Castle coming up with the football. It was Tristan Witherington.
Did a good job sitting on top of that route. He threw it right to him.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 16-yard line. First and 10, Wenatchee.
Well, he hasn't been picked off many times this season, so Witherington can kind of put a little feather in his cap. Tell his grandkids someday that, yeah, there's this guy for West Valley. 1:22 to go here in the third. Wenatchee ball after the interception. Handoff. Flugie still churning his legs ahead as he gets across the 20 out to the 21-yard line. Good carry. They're going to put him back at the 20. So a gain of 4 yards on the first down carry by Jack Flugie, as we're down to a minute left here in this third quarter. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962.
Second down and 6, Panthers.
Second down from the 20 for Wenatchee. Handoff, Flugie. Oh, he had a big hole, and he has it up for a first down up to the 32-yard line. Excuse me, Martinez on the carry that time.
He picks up a Panther first down.
So Anthony Martinez will take it ahead to the 28 is where they'll put him down. The 27.
Left a few yards out there, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. Boy, that looked, I mean, and he could still be kind of hampered by that hamstring from the first half of this game. 20 seconds left. Devereaux almost could have been called for a little false start there. Looks like they're going to try to get the snap off before the end of the quarter. He'll pitch it back to Martinez. Dances away from one man. Still on his feet across the 35, and then finally tripped up at the 37-yard line, almost 10 yards on that carry for Anthony Martinez.
Little pin and pull action there on the outside. Got the end pinned inside. Let Anthony run outside of that. And
we'll see a 9-yard gain, and that'll be the last play of the quarter. We'll take a 60-second break on the broadcast and come back with 3 quarters in the books. It's West Valley 28, Wenatchee 3. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place.
First down for Wenatchee. New set of downs for the Panthers as they trail it 28-3 here as we are underway in the fourth quarter. Appreciate you joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel along with Brandon Harle. I'm Eric Granstrom here as we'll keep an eye on what's happening over at Moses Lake tonight. Eastmont's leading the Mavericks 31-14 in the third quarter at last check. First down and 10, Devereaux handoff, and this is Martinez, and he has stood up and dropped.
Anthony Martinez, the ball carrier.
It looks like West Valley's got some reserves out there playing defense now. They're going to be kind on the play again and say that he got a yard when I thought he lost 2.
It's a good spot.
Officials are being kind here. It's a giving night on this cold October night. Jackson Bishop, who started at quarterback tonight, went out and now is split out to the right side, short side of the field here for Devereaux with a jumbo set in the backfield. Handoff, Martinez nearly dropped the ball, but he was able to collect it and get ahead for a couple of yards before he stood up and driven back out to the 42-yard line. Bring up third down for Wenatchee. Third down has been kind of an adventure here for the Panthers tonight. So Wenatchee, should they not come back in this one, they would play next Thursday at University High School in a crossover game to end the season for the Panthers. Third down long here for Wenatchee. 3rd and 7 for Jake Devereaux and company. Wants to throw it. does. Bishop collects. Ooh, he's going to be awfully close to the first down. They've been awfully nice on the spots. Let's see if they do it again. And yes, he was about a half yard, looked like he was a half yard shy, but the official turns and says, that's a first down. Gain of 9 yards on the play to the 49-yard line. Scoring in this one, West Valley 14-3 in the first quarter. Outscored Wenatchee 7-0 in the second, 7-0 in the third. That's our 28-3 differential right now. Panthers would love to find pay dirt. Pitch play to Martinez, and he was trying to shake Naranjo, but couldn't, and then Naranjo got some help, and going to be a loss for a yard on the play.
A blown assignment on the outside there by the receiver on the block, and not much room for Anthony there.
Martinez comes to the sideline for Wenatchee and into the ball game. Here comes Connor Christensen, who's carried once or twice here in a reserve role, maybe just
three carries after Anthony was injured in the first half.
Second
for positive yards.
Second down 11 coming up for the Panthers. Handoff to Christensen, and he is belted hard in the hole. Coming up quickly for the Rams. I think that was, I'm not sure who that was exactly. We got a Ram slow to get up. He was kind of on the bottom of that stack. That was Braden Idris, 6'5", 205-pound sophomore that came up on the big hit there. And it may have cost his own teammate because everybody fell on top of him. We get a timeout on the field as well. I thought maybe there was a timeout called, but no, they were just checking on the health of the player. So Wenatchee needs to get back out on the field. So here we go. It'll be a third down and long for the Panthers from their own 48-yard line. Third down and 11 yards to go.
Those split backs, when they've had that in there, that's max protect.
And here comes Devereaux rolling to his right and going to run it. And, ooh, he's hit hard. Boy, you got to watch out for Aiden Mata at 255 pounds. Comes and lays a lick on Devereaux after a short gain on the play. They'll get to the West Valley side of midfield, put him down at the 47.
West Valley running a little man defense on that. Jake had absolutely nobody to throw to and not much room to run either.
That's a RPO, or it's a run-pass option, but he didn't have much option on the P part.
RFL, run for life.
Yeah, run for your life. I'd be running for my life if Aiden Mata was coming after me, that's for sure. So fourth down, Panthers going to go for it, trailing at 28-3 with under 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. Devereaux has pressure, throws, and the ball knocked away. Beautifully read on the screen pass by the West Valley Rams defense. Braden Idris stepped in and almost had a chance to pick that for his 6. It'll go over on downs.
West Valley sent an extra guy off the edge that wasn't, came free and knocked that pass down.
7:46 to go as West Valley will get the football back. And they'll put it at the 47 of the Rams. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Together for Youth. I'd like to encourage you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. So first down from the 47. Been a long night for the Wenatchee defense. Castle back to pass, has pressure. Rivers Cook chasing him, throws out the flat, the ball caught. Spinning away from one man who was the receiver over there. And finally taken out of bounds, but not before he gets to the Wenatchee side of midfield. And that's Zion Lee with the catch, as they will put him down at the Wenatchee 46. So a gain of 5 yards. No, make that 7 yards.
Second down and 3, Rams.
Ball right hash mark for Castle. Low snap. They'll hand it off, and I don't think this is Barajas. I think this is a different ball carrier out there. Oh, it was. Yeah, 24. Okay.
Still got him.
All right. Gain of a yard. Going to bring up third down and short here.
Rivers Cook on the defense for the Panthers.
They'll put it at the 44 of Wenatchee.
Put it down in a long yard, West Valley.
Ethan Wirtz comes out of the lineup here for the Panthers. Just 2 down linemen on a 3rd and short. Handoff Barajas again, and it's Evan Burdan reaching out, grabbing an ankle, but not before Barajas can get enough for the first down. As they'll reset the chains from the 43, and I'll tell you, Evan Burdan, that could have gone for a lot more. He holds it to just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah. With so many guys on the defensive backfield dropping back, and Evans left to wrap him up.
1st and 10 for Castle. Again wants to throw it. Again getting pressure. Scrambles away from one man. Still looking to throw it. He'll run it, and then Aiden Baps will wrap him up and then kind of awkwardly take him down. And oh no, it hurt his leg on the play, and that is an ugly injury right there. Oh my gosh, Aiden Baps just took him down, and I think Baps had his lower leg on the leg of Castle, and he is injured badly. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, you hate to see that to anybody. Doesn't matter. We will take a break, and we will come back. 6:08 to go here in the game. 28-3 West Valley on top with an injury on the field. We will have more after this here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
Well, we're back. I thought that injury timeout would take a little bit longer, but somehow Skylar Castle was able to get to his feet and walk off the field. He is out, being tended to on the sideline. Meanwhile, Seth Woodcock is in at quarterback. They hand it off to Barajas, and he'll take it ahead for a first down for West Valley, as they'll put him down at the 28 of Wenatchee.
Probably going to see a heavy dose of that running back for the rest of the game after that injury.
Woodcock again hands it to Barajas, and he is tracked down by Christensen. Good job by Connor coming up and filling on that one. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up. That was an ugly looking injury as Aiden Baps made the tackle, kind of rolled over the top of the ball carrier. It was Castle, and that honestly looked like it was much more than what occurred, because he was able to get up and walk off the field. He had some help, but he was able to get up and walk off the field. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Rams with 4:51 to go here in the ball game. Man in motion is Zion Lee. They're going to pitch it to him and got a flag down. I think we got a procedure penalty against the offense. Meanwhile, Aiden Burdan made his 97th tackle of the night, it seems anyway. And it is a shift penalty against the offense. So sometimes, Brandon, you'll see that you get a substitute quarterback coming in, and you put a man in motion, and you got to help him out so he's not.
Yeah, your cadence is off, everything on the timing's off, and it looked a little sloppy there.
So 5-yard penalty. We'll back it up to the 32, 33. 2nd down coming up from there. We'll look for more scores possibly, and now we got another flag and another procedure call against the offense.
Left tackle was trying to get a head start on that one.
So 5 more yards backed up. Looking for any more updates on Eastmont and Moses Lake. The last we had was a 3rd quarter score with the Wildcats leading the Mavericks 31-14 in that one. It is a 28-3 ball game here after Wenatchee scored the opening field goal of the ball game. It's been West Valley since. One touchdown in the second half, and that's it. Big credit to Wenatchee's defense here tonight. Handoff Barajas, and he is captured and dropped in the backfield for the Wenatchee Panthers. And now Barajas will not get up. Isaac Davis on the stop for Wenatchee. Everybody getting into it tonight. Third down after the loss back to the 40. At one point, they had the ball at Wenatchee's 28-yard line. It was just a couple of breaths ago.
Kind of took the wind out of the Rams there with that injury,
Yes.
and then a couple procedure penalties. Now
looks like a cramp for Barajas, so that's good news for West Valley.
He's had quite a few carries here in the second half. We're looking at
he came into
about
the
11 in the second half.
Wow, that's something else, because he came into the game tonight through 7 games with 63 carries total in 7 games. So yeah. So Barajas will head to the sideline, and you got a backup quarterback in Seth Woodcock out there, and coaching staff that doesn't really want to probably throw the ball much, looking at a third down and about 22 yards to go, 23 yards to go.
I might see that screen again.
Yeah, probably. That's
something
good call right
fairly safe for a backup quarterback, but
Woodcock 5 yards deep. Back to pass. Looks left, has pressure, throws over the middle. The ball intercepted by Wenatchee, and it's Evan Burdan on the interception.
There was that screen, and Evan did it again. He read exactly what he was supposed to do.
Wow.
Didn't chase it, and pulled that out of the air. Lyman's dream, right?
Boy, that was, and he was so close to getting loose there. I thought maybe we're going to get a pick 6 by big number 54. And wouldn't that be a fitting tribute to the man here on senior night tonight? So Wenatchee makes the stop. They get the ball back at midfield. Have another chance here to find the end zone for the first time here tonight, as Jake Devereaux continues at quarterback. Handoff is Martinez left side, and Anthony bowling his way ahead inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, gain of 6 yards.
Anthony Martinez, the ball carrier.
Nice looking power play to the left again. We get that pin on that big nose. And
well, it's not over yet. Fourth quarter over in Moses Lake, and the Mavericks trying to come back here. Eastmont 31, Moses Lake 21, as that game is now in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers. Handoff again, Martinez. He's got a hole left side, and he'll have a first down to the 35-yard line.
Gain of 8 and a Panther first down.
Again, we'll have playoff soccer on Tuesday. Eastmont will host. We don't know their opponent yet until tomorrow. But Eastmont will host a play-in game. That'll start at 6 at Wildcat Stadium. We'll have it live on Facebook. The broadcast delay on TV to 7 o'clock. And, well, if Eastmont can hold on to win their football game tonight, we might have Eastmont football next Friday here on the NCWLIFE Channel as well. Appreciate you joining us tonight here as we cap off another season of football with senior night here tonight. 14 seniors saying their final adieus here at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Boy, it's got to be tough as a coach, Brandon, to be around these kids so much and have them in your program for so long, and then suddenly it's over.
Well, I'll tell you, from summer camp until the first week of November, you see these kids 6 days a week. You see them more than your own family, and when you have a kid who's been in the program for 4 years, who's been in the workouts like Evan has for 4 years, you certainly become very close to them, and you want to have that kind of success when you see Evan play like that.
Well, and that's why you keep those relationships post-high school, too. Those kids keep in touch with you.
Yep.
Hand off to Martinez, and he is hit hard and dropped for a yard loss on the play. As Eric Naranjo, who's been a busy guy here tonight for West Valley, makes a big play. 2nd down coming up from the 36.
Pick first by Eric Naranjo of the Rams.
Martinez replaced in the lineup here by Christensen for Wenatchee. Nobody's used a timeout here in the second half, so Wenatchee has all 3. Devereaux rolling to his right, wants to throw it, lofts it up, looking for Babs, has him at the 5, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Wenatchee! 36 yards from Devereaux to Babs.
It's a nice out and up, and Jake read that well. Aiden got to the sidelines, and you're taught to turn it up if you get to the sidelines, and the defender stayed, and nice ball by Jake.
Yeah, put good loft on it.
Yeah, it was right where it needed to be.
36-yard touchdown pass for Wenatchee. So they find the end zone. The extra point is blocked, and that is no good. So again, leakage up the middle. That's the second time tonight that's happened. Once on a field goal, now on the extra point. We'll take a 60-second break, come back. 2:01 to go. It's 28-9. West Valley on top. You're watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
Or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Well, the drive for Wenatchee, 4 plays, 50 yards after the interception by Evan Burdan. The touchdown pass from 36 yards out by Jake Devereaux to Aiden Babs. Extra point was blocked, 28-6 with 2:01 to go. And, well, Brandon,
onside kick here, yeah.
Ball bounces high. It's touched by Wenatchee. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I think he touched it just a little bit too early.
Just a bit. 9.5 yards he touched it.
Tristan Witherington has a interception here tonight.
Nice kick by Alex. It's just...
Boy, that was nicely done. Nicely executed. You practice that every week, usually on Thursdays, right?
Well, they practice it all the time. They have a little more freedom at practice to practice that. And, you know, you can go a whole season without actually having to try one. And it's good that Alex was able to show it off a little bit.
Personal foul against the Panthers.
So they call that a personal foul?
It'll be West Valley football.
It was West Valley ball. So I wonder if there were 2 flags on that. If there was a illegal touching and then maybe unnecessary roughness.
Might have been, yeah. There was 2 that ended up being down on the field.
Okay. But so it will be West Valley football with 2:01 to go.
At the 35-yard line of the Panthers.
Rams will have a chance to play for getting to the state tournament next week, but now the question is about their quarterback, Skylar Castle. Woodcock, turn, handoff, Barajas cuts it back, and he is clobbered at the 35-yard line at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
So Brandon is going to help us get the post-game stats here. And you've got your cell phone with you, right?
I do.
Okay. So here is the number to our studio. I'll give you when I hang up, and I'll give you a chance to call them, and then you can kind of walk them through the numbers on this one while I head downstairs.
I'll do quick math.
And if you get a chance to get the totals, like rushing, passing, total yardage, that type of thing, it'd be pretty awesome. We got a little timeout on the field here as the clock didn't run.
Yeah.
And I think that is what the consternation is about here for Mike Penning, as they will try to reset the game clock here. And I think they lost their connection. We've had problems with our broadcast tonight, losing a connection back to the studios, and now they've lost the connection for the clock for the control panel up in the press box to the scoreboard. How about that? So they're going to keep it on the field here. So that also means that our graphic on the end lower part of your screen is not going to be working much either. So 2nd down and 10. We can tell you about it, though, as Woodcock again continues at quarterback here. Barajas is with him in the backfield. They will hand it to Barajas, running right, cuts back, and he is caught maybe for a gain of a yard, and that's it. And the tackle made here for Wenatchee by James Butler. Looks like the Panthers getting some youngsters in there. It'll be down to the 34-yard line. Yep, looks like Austin Vanderkoy is in there on the defensive line. Evan Burdan, of course, is in there. He will never come out. Clock continues to wind here. We got to be at about a minute left or less. And Woodcock wants to keep it, and he'll dive ahead inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. It'll be 4th down coming up. They'll put him at the 30, so a gain of 4 yards for Woodcock on his first carry of the ball game, and that, I think, will do it. It will.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They set, in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Well, welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel as the Wenatchee Panthers wrap up the regular season. They get a crossover game next week. Talking now with Evan Burdan, who I thought was going to have a pick six tonight. Senior night, tough night for you guys, but man, I thought you guys played really well defensively against a really good team.
Yeah, defensively, I mean, we definitely made some mistakes early on with the offsides and all that, but we cleaned it up second half, even second quarter. Came in, got some good tackles, had some great defense with our DBs. It was a good night.
How hard is that when you make those mental mistakes like that to jump off sides when you know that that's coming at you?
I mean, it's pretty tough, especially like we always talk about like, hey, watch the ball, and then some of us jump anyways. It's pretty tough, but you gotta just flush it and keep going.
We heard all week long about Skylar Castle, the quarterback for West Valley, and how good he could be. You got him sacked a couple of times tonight. You guys, it looked like he was uncomfortable a lot tonight. Do you feel pretty good about that?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I mean, we were playing probably the best QB in our league, but they knew coming in this, they were probably playing one of the best D-lines in our league, so it probably made for some uncomfortability and some challenges.
I know you're gathering with your fellow seniors. What do you have as a message for these guys and how hard they fought through 4 years of playing high school football?
I mean, I love every single one of them. I wish we could have gone out with, a win on senior night, but it is what it is. We got one more next week. We got to fight for every yard we can get and try to go out with a win.
Well, on behalf of not just the crew that with the NCWLIFE Channel, but everybody who loves high school football, it's been a pleasure to watch you play, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
All right, Evan Brandon joining us here on the postgame show. We'll come back right after this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
One more time around here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Panthers fall to the West Valley Rams by a final of 28-6 here tonight. Or was it 9? It was 9. That was the final, as they got the field goal and then got that touchdown down the stretch. You got to give credit to the Wenatchee defense tonight. I thought they played a heck of a ball game, despite facing one of the best offenses in the league. And Skylar Castle, we wish him the best of luck going down with that ugly injury towards the end of the game. We hope he's able to bounce back from that and get back to his career next week. The Wenatchee Panthers will travel to University High School to finish up the season next Thursday. Meanwhile, the last score we had an update with about 7 minutes to go in Moses Lake tonight. The Mavericks were coming back 31-28, Eastmont by 3 down the stretch in that one. So we'll still wait and see if we've got more football coming up next Friday or if this is the end of our season here on the NCWLIFE Channel. It wouldn't happen without everybody involved. First of all, to Brenda Mandelis, who is, of course, the lady in charge of the NCWLIFE Channel, and we certainly appreciate her support all the way through. Our line producer, Dan Kuntz, here on site. Back in the studios, we have Matthew Moore and Malcolm Whitehall. Tucker Wagner also showed up to help us out here tonight. We certainly appreciate him. Grant Olson, who usually is with us, had to be sick home tonight, so Brandon Harle was able to come in and help us out with the stats, so we appreciate Brandon doing that. And, of course, to our camera crew here on site as well, we have Matthew Ortiz, we have Connor Hawk, we have Josiah Jones, and I think that was that it? I think that's it. Okay, that's it for the broadcast. Again, final score tonight, 28-9. West Valley comes out on top of the Wenatchee Panthers. I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for joining us for high school football on the NCWLIFE Channel. Have a good night, everybody.
Now handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
This has been a special presentation of NCWLIFE Channel Sports. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Be sure to tune in for more local sports right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Win the district championship.